Hello, it's me, Coral. I'm back again, and today I have a TBR video for you. This will be my TBR for April, which I say every month, but it can't seriously be April already. Here it is though, here's April. Okay, so to start off, there is a readathon going on with some of the people I follow on Instagram, and we are reading The Gardens of the Moon by Erikson. I've had this book for a long time. My husband read it, and it's just sat on my shelf since then. And I'm nervous about this one because when you look at it, you're like, oh, that's not too bad. That's maybe like 400, 500 pages. No, it's almost 700, and the print is very tiny. So this is gonna take a long time to get through. I feel like it's a epic high fantasy series. The series is pretty long, so I think I might try to spend an Audible credit on the audiobook so I can listen and read, but we will see. Okay, the second book I want to get to this month is Gosnell by McElhinney and Palim McAleer. Oh, that was rough. Anyways, this book is about Kermit Gosnell, who was arrested after the abortion clinic he ran was raided by the police, and they found a lot of gruesome stuff in there. I'm not going to go into detail, but this is a case that I found very interesting. I think it says a lot about the way that we treat women and the way that we treat specifically women of color, because those are the people who were harmed the most in this case. And that's all I'll get into right now. I'm looking, how do I, like, I'm not excited about this story, but I find it really interesting. But a lot of people were hurt, so I don't know. There was a really great documentary about this called An American Tragedy, which might be worth watching if you're not very squeamish, because it's a little bit gruesome. Next up, I would like to get to The Nightmare Girl by Jonathan Janz. This will be my third Janz. This came in the Nightworms box last month, and let's see, it's about a cult. And it's about a little boy who gets rescued by a cult, rescued from the cult by some outsiders, and his mom ends up killing herself, and I think the cult comes after the family who rescued the little boy. So it sounds interesting. I'm really interested in fictional cults. Take a drink every time I say interesting or interested or interests. My last book I pulled last month, my TBR jar pick, was Geek Love by Catherine Dunn, and I went to pull it off to read it, went to pull it off my shelf, and I was holding the spine and was like, huh, this feels kind of weird. Like there's too much space. Seltzer. Like there's too much space. Like the spine's bigger than the amount of pages. And so I flipped it open and it was missing like the first 40 something pages. So I didn't read it because it was missing part of the book. And I bought that years ago, so I can't even, it was used. I can't even like go back and be like, hey, your book is missing part of the story. So TBR jar was unsuccessful last month, but I did try. So let's see what I pull this month. My nice big jar with lots of stars. And I pulled a white, which I think is fantasy, because I ran out of blue paper for fantasy. Let's see. Maybe it'll be a more recent one then. Oh no, some of my nails are broken off. Now I can't open it. Okay. Oh yes, I really wanted to read this actually. This is Girls of Paper and Fire. I believe the, can you see that? The author, I believe, is Natasha Ngan. I'm not sure. It is like an Asian inspired YA fantasy book. I've been dying to get to it and haven't. So I've been super lucky with the stars that I've pulled from my TBR jar, because I don't think any of them so far have made me groan. And you know, that shouldn't happen because I should want to read all the books I own. But let's see, where is Girls of Paper and Fire? Here it is. I will be reading this month and I am jazzed about it. It feels like a long time since I've read a fantasy book. So I'm excited about this one. Okay, that's it. If you're watching this the day it comes out and you're wondering why my TBR is so short, that's because I have another part to this TBR, because I am taking place in the magical readathon put on by Book Roast, and this is like a Hogwarts themed readathon, like you're taking your OWLS's, and I did it last year and I did the Newts last year and it was such a blast. So I'm doing that again this year. It takes place the whole month, so you can jump in whenever you want, and I will be back probably tomorrow with my TBR for that video. So thank you so much for watching. I will see you in another video soon. Goodbye!